Welcome back, everyone, to our continuing adventures on the Let's Defend platform. We are continuing with our series of DFIR, or Digital Forensics Incident Response activities, on the Let's Defend platform. Today, we are going to tackle the exercise port scan activity with a nice little mascot of a squid, or apparently a pirate squid, with a what is it, cutlass, and a pipe with bubbles. Whatever. Let's see. Can you determine evidence of port scan activity? This seems to be a common trend. Another exercise with PCAP file. And we have 4 questions. As per the normal, we're going to open this sucker up inside a network miner and see as to whether or not we can answer it, and then pretty much just jump back to the manual method of seeing about pulling the information out of the PCAP utilizing Wireshark. So let's see, what is the IP address scanning the environment? What is the IP address found as a result of the scan? Okay, that's a little bit odd. What is the MAC address of the Apple system it finds? What is the IP address of the detected Windows system? Nondescript. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this, and let me bring up Network Miner with the PCAP loaded. So right off the bat, we can see evidence of an Apple system, a Windows system, a Linux system, an unknown system, and then what looks like the actual broadcast address at 10.255.255.255. So let's see. Take a look. Whoa. 7,248 sessions. So it looks like the Linux box at .253 is going to be our scanner. And it hits .50, .56, .25. So HTTP, so port 80, port 554, 389, 256, 23, 23, 22, 21, 443, 443, 3389, so remote desktop, 53 for DNS, 25, what's that, SMTP? I think we've got it fairly easily picked out just from that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to jot down the 10.4242.253 as the scanner. What were the other questions? MAC address of the Apple system. IP address as a result of the scan. I'm going to assume it's going to be the nondescript system, so I'll record 10.42.42.56 for question 2. If it's wrong, we'll come back to this. MAC address of the Apple system. So we go here, and MAC address 0016 Charlie Bravo 926 Echo Delta Charlie. Get that recorded. IP address of the Windows system 10.42.42.50. Alright, so those are denoted. Let's see and make sure that that's exactly what they're looking for. Okay, so first one. That's the 10.42.42.253. That's correct. IP address of the scan. I'm assuming that must be the unknown system because they ask a pointed question about the Apple system and they ask a pointed question about the Windows system. So let's see. Huh, apparently not with that one. Okay, that's fine. MAC address then. We will move on to the next. Really? Oh, okay. I wonder if it's going to be a formatting thing. So typically there is, what is it, colon in between every two? So it might just be formatting. Let's see. Yep, okay. It was expecting the dashes in between, or the colons in between. So it's still the same info, 0016 Charlie Bravo 926 Echo Delta Charlie. It's just you need to insert a colon in between every two characters. And then the Windows system was .50. Yes. Okay, so what is the IP address found as a result of the scan? No, that's a question because, I mean, we found all this stuff, but yet apparently 10.42.42.56 is not the answer that they want. Well, then let's do this because it's kind of light on details. We'll put in the Apple's MAC address, or not MAC address, but the Apple's IP address. No, it doesn't want that one either. And we'll put in the broadcast address because unfortunately, I don't know without a hint here. I mean, okay, what's the IP address found as a result of the scan? Well, let's see. We answered the 253. We've answered the 56, which is the unknown system. We've tried to give it the 25, which is the Apple, and the .50, which is the Windows system. I mean, there's nothing else really here. 56, 50, 25. Yeah, so that's the broadcast. So that's kind of the question. It's just like, okay. I mean, we run through every single IP address that's here. So what's going on, guys? I'm flipping back over to take a look to see what shakes out from any of this. It's all 10.42.42. Whatever. Wonder if it's like if they're asking for like the range. That's really the problem though. Without a hint, it's kind of trying to interpret what they want. I think it's a /24 is what that is. No? Alright, let's just make sure that I got this right here. So CIDR calculator. What is it? 10.42.42.0 to 10.42.42.254. Yeah, so that would be the CIDR range if that was it. What is the IP address found as a result of the scan? Well, I've given every single one that's there. Well, I guess the other aspect is what if, so we got 56, what if we just do .xxx just to denote, hey, something here? No. Huh. I mean, if we found all the addresses. Right? At least from there. Go back to network miner. 10.42.42.25. .50. .56. And then that's it. So I mean, if we that's all the IP addresses. That's in there. So I'm a little bit lost as to what they're shooting for with this one. IP address found as a result of the scan. Well, I've given you every single address that we have. Bugger. Bugger. Now that's a pain in the butt right there. That's an exceptionally big pain in the ass. .50, .56. Yeah, I don't know. That's rather odd. Very odd. Okay, well, maybe network miner's not going to be the thing that saves us this round, or at least makes it overly interesting or easy. So let's go ahead and take a look at Wireshark and see if anything else stands out. I mean, here we see the evidence of everything. Source address at 10.42.42.253, reaching out to port 80, port 554, 389, 256, 23. Just moving back and forth across all of them. But nothing that seems to break anything really out for us. Give me the IP addresses here. I mean, I'm fairly certain I've gone through and applied all these, but I mean, this is okay, the conversations back and forth. What IP address that they're actually looking for, well, that's kind of the question as to what do you actually want? All right, so let's see, .50. Now I'm just basically digging through all this, trying to find some sort of that's just it. I got nothing. I mean, talk about a pain in the butt. Uh, so I don't see any different IP addresses popping in on this thing. So I'm kind of lost as to what the heck is going on here. It looks like ICMP traffic. For the scanning system to basically make sure that, hey, are you alive? Well, this at least here. So ICMP. Port unreachable. What port are you trying to hit? So at least here, while we're seeing this and focus on the source traffic being 10.42.42.25, gives us the fact that underneath the Ethernet 2 header, that the source does denote that it's Apple with the actual MAC address of 00:16 Charlie Bravo 92 6XO Delta Charlie. So that gives us that. But yet we are still left with no closer interpretation as to the answer to question 2. That being, what is the IP address found as a result of the scan? I mean, technically there's, what, 3 systems? And I've tried all 3. Right? 25, 50, 56. And I am not seeing, another address show up here. So I might actually have to just reach out to them. Try to figure out, hey, what What are you guys shooting for this one? Because I'm at a loss. Let's see. Switch this over to TCP. So Windows port. In order to find out for system being Windows. Something to basically denote. Okay, I think I am going to just request a heads up from them in regards to, hey, it's like, found all this. Can somebody tell me as to where I'm supposedly off? Or specifically what? I mean, what are they looking for? That's kind of the question. All right, hang on. I want to go through, pause this, and I'll reach out to them as opposed to just sitting here staring at this. As I'm assuming either the question needs to be rewritten or I'm overthinking it. Let me pause this. Okay, back at it. It has been a couple of hours since I cut off on this. So this ended up reaching out, or me reaching out to Let's Defend on Twitter. And apparently the answer is well, basically same as question 4. The Windows IP address, which I could have swore I entered and didn't take, but maybe I mistyped it, which is entirely possible. So I don't know. I have asked the question in regards to, oops, to the transition so you can actually see. So 10.42.42.50. It sounds like Let's Defend is going to go ask the person that created the this exercise. I would have figured, and I'm just gonna, I would have figured it definitely would have been the .56, considering the fact that we've got a question. The first question is, okay, which IP is doing the scanning? The third question is, okay, something about the Mac or the Apple system. Question 4 is the IP address for the Windows system. So it basically just leaves question 2 to be about, okay, is there anything else here that stands out as odd? And everything together, I don't know. Apparently just way overthinking this. But regardless, so that is port scan activity for DFIR exercises. All 4 questions are done. Of course, since I'm jumping back into this after a couple of hours, I don't think that I ran everything back in terms of figuring out which system was Windows from the Wireshark entry. I mean, we were able to sit there and find the MAC address for the Apple, and then basically it's just breaking it apart from there in terms of, okay, what differentiated the Windows system from anything else. And I gotta pause this again. Okay, here we go. Utilizing TCP period DST port space equals equals space 135. In other words, TCP destination port 135. Inside of the data, it denotes Microsoft Networks. I was looking for something with the Samba. I was going to sit there and make a determination as to if it's Windows, if it's Apple, if it's Linux, so on and so forth. Okay, here we go. And that does correspond back as IP address for the system in questions 10.42.42.50. So, oh, I forgot to do the transition in the data section or data field. Microsoft Networks. So at least that takes care of that then. So that should finish the rest of it off. Although I guess in order to make the determination, I'd have to go digging through all this to try to figure out, okay, what ports would effectively be open on an Apple system and just kind of walk it back. Although I guess it is a little bit easier as the Apple MAC address stands out. So unless you're building a Hackintosh, or running Windows, I guess, off of Apple hardware, it's not going to be as much use case for that. So, but that should conclude DFIR port scan activity. Knock out Wireshark. And so we should get to the last 3 then. Ransomware attack, infection with Cobalt Strike, and Iced ID malware family. These are probably not going to be PCAPs, but I guess we'll wait and see for the next video.